Congratulations to Mazi Nnamdi. The deal is done and it has been dusted. The mask has been dropped. Mazi Nnamdi, for the last time, for the uptenth times, have been vindicated. Spiritually, Mazi Nnamdi has been released. Physically, they are still holding him. He's a free man. And Biafra dreams have been actualized spiritually. It's only when you have spiritual eyes you will understand what I'm talking about. But for a carnal man and mere man, they will not understand. They will call it bluff. They will say, I am propagating. But that is not the issue. The issue that brought us here is that very big congratulations if you are watching this video. Just go at the comment section and say, congratulations to the leader. Please put it, congratulations to the supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi. He is done and dusted from every accusations that have been labeled against him. When truth echoes through time, Nnamdi, Buhari, and the shameful deceit of the whole country. Rat chased the president out of office. That was when Buhari died. Garba Shehu, if Nigeria is a country that is working, he need to come and explain to us, or rather to them, the Nigerians, of Mazi Nnamdi claims. Even Lai Mohammed could not debunk that lie today. The same Garba Shehu will never debunk what Mazi Nnamdi said. Rather, he came out to make his own contribution, or rather, his own confession. That when he says rat to chase president out of office, he just wants to cover up for his illness. That means Buhari died actually in 2017. They are just fooling themselves, thinking they are fooling the world. The world knows. Anyway, my people, I beg, if you are watching this message and you never subscribe, I don't know what you are waiting for, but endeavor to subscribe. Drop your opinion in the comment section of this video. What do you think? What is your prayer point now regarding Muhammadu Buhari? I watched one guy's program. He said he wished him to rot in hellfire. What about you? Do you too on that area? Or are you still among those who keep saying that don't talk ill of the dead? You as a living being now, if you don't behave well when you are living, my brother, if you die, people will even flog your corpse if you don't take time. So that don't want to hear that nonsense. At the comment section of any video we dropped moving forward because of this Buhari, don't talk ill of the dead. Don't you ever try it, my brother. Because as I said, I made it very clear yesterday that this week it's all about Buhari expositions. A lot of secrets is coming out. So whenever you see the message concerning Buhari, listen to it. There's a lot to learn. And there's something you need to also copy from it and drop it for your children in case if I have grown up ones. That is how you teach them history. You don't wait until they go to school. Start the history from your home, from your house, from your room. Even if not one room apartment you live with your children, tell them things they need to put in their brain so that when they grow up tomorrow and then the father must have gone, they will remember what you told them when you are still living. Oh yeah, let's go there. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has pronounced its leader, Mazi Nnamdi, vindicated, cleared of all charges. After recent statement, they believe support their long-held claims that former President Muhammadu Buhari passed away in 2017 and was succeeded by an impostor, Jibril from Sudan. In a statement released by IPOB's spokesperson, Comrade Iman Powerful, IPOB pointed to alleged comments made by former presidential spokesperson Mr. Garba Shehu regarding Buhari's death. IPOB contends that these disclosures reinforces Kano's prophecy made 8 years ago. The indigenous people of Biafra, under the leadership of the incarcerated prophet and liberator Nnamdi, the Ahmadike one of Igbo land, wishes to formally acknowledge what the Nigerian state, after years of elaborate deceit, finally admitted through its perennial loudspeaker Garuba Shehu. That the man paraded as Muhammadu Buhari has indeed passed away. We only ask which one of them exactly, because they have 2 or 3 Buharis. Recall that in 2017, Mazi Nnamdi, long before he was kidnapped, tortured, and illegally renditioned, declared without equivocation that Muhammadu Buhari died in 2017 in a London hospital, and that what was being paraded thereafter was an impostor. That was the reason why the then APC government, led by late Abba Kyari and Abubakar Malami, launched Operation Python Dance to kill Mazi Nnamdi. He called the secrecy surrounding the demise of Buhari in 2017 as a monumental fraud, a national masquerade, and was laughed at, vilified, mocked by rented saboteurs, and even called mad by supposed intellectuals who could barely pass a simple facial recognition test. Now, previously 2 years after the expiration of the second term of Buhari, as Mazi Nnamdi predicted, the truth has stumbled in wearing boots. Nigerians are only now being told that Buhari is dead. How convenient. Let us be clear. The world owes Mazi Nnamdi an apology, not just for doubting him, but for persecuting him for telling a truth their cowardice could not stomach. A truth so potent it terrified Asorok more than any armed rebellion ever could. We ask, who signed billions in his name? Who traveled abroad to negotiate arms deals and treaties? Who contested in 2019 general selection? Who was inaugurated in 2019 and moved around with a different ear structure and signature? Is Nigeria now ready to prosecute itself for the crime of mass deception? We need answers. Nigeria were not only lied to, they were criminally defrauded by their own government. Elections were conducted in the name of a man who, by their own admissions, was no longer alive. This is no longer a constitutional crisis, it is a national hoax of historic proportions. In a senior climes or in a Senate climes, heads will roll. In Nigeria, it is business as usual. Garuba Shehu has confessed. Where is DSS now? That is the question. Where is DSS? Money was allocated to fumigate and to repair what the rats damaged in Asorok, right? Who ate the money? Nobody's asking questions. But the same people who are supposed to ask these questions now are busy jumping up and down, calling Mazi Nnamdi a criminal, a terrorist, and all manner of names. If you see Mazi Nnamdi, stand up, because you are in the presence of a man whose courage to speak the truth has now become divine revelation. Nigeria, the mask has finally slipped. What will you do now? Comrade, a man powerless, spokesman and media publicity secretary for IPOB. Moving forward. When truth echoes through time, Nnamdi, according to the information, how a nation of over 200 million was toyed with by a handful of cabals and the voice that warned us all. Is the recent revelation a suspicious confirmation? It's come with a question mark. Let us read the answers. In a strange twist of history, Nigeria has reportedly confirmed the death of President Muhammadu Buhari, an announcement that comes not with mourning, but with a cloud of deep suspicion. The timing the vagueness and the manner of the disclosure point not to tragedy, but to cover up. For many Nigerians, particularly those who listened in 2017, when Mazi Nnamdi sounded the alarm, this is not a news, it is a vindication. For years later, the notion that Buhari had died and was replaced by a body double or controlled in absentia was dismissed, ridiculed, and buried under official denials. But now, as the truth begins to crack through the deception, the voice of Nnamdi Kanu that once cried in the wilderness now resonates with haunting clarity. Was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's 2017 declaration madness or premonition? With a question mark. The answers is what I'm going to read now. In 2017, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, stood boldly and told the Nigeria that Muhammad Buhari had died in a London hospital. He went further to say that what Nigerians were seeing in public was not the real Buhari, but a look-alike from Sudan, whom he called Jubril al-Sudani. His claims were supported by what many dismissed as conspiracy theories, photographic comparisons of Buhari's ears, voice inconsistencies, differences in handwriting, and even physical posture. Yet, while his warnings were called outrageous by some, they were never directly or conclusively disapproved rather than investigate or debate the facts. The Nigerian establishment responded with brute force, labeling Mr. Kanu a rebel, jailing him and attempting to silence him forever. But time, as always, tells its own truth. As the saying goes, that truth is the only thing that can stand the test of time. Lies never do. No matter how long you bury the truth, one day it is either being eaten by one thing or the other, or rain is also going to unearth it. Have thought about the silence and complicity of institutions. What is perhaps even more shameful than the possible deception is the way Nigeria's political elite, media, and religious bodies acted. Not only did they fail to ask questions, they actively aided the silence. Mainstream media refused to probe the inconsistencies. Political leaders, even in opposition, found comfort in silence. The judiciary, civil society organizations, and international observers ignored clear anomalies in presidential behavior and appearance. It was not just a conspiracy of a few. This was a conspiracy of collective cowardice. What about the cabals that ruled Nigeria unelected? With a question mark. Let us continue. If the present revelation means Buhari truly died in 2017, then the last 6 to 8 years of Nigeria governors were in the hands of an unelected few, a shadow cabal. Figures like the late Abba Kyari, Mamman Daura, and others were long suspected of acting as puppet masters. They actively dictated policies, appointments, and national direction, all while parading as mannequin of legitimacy before the people. This is not just deception, it is treason. It is the ultimate hijacking of a democracy by people who neither stood for election nor swore any oaths to the people. Indeed, this is Kanu's prophetic vindication amidst persecution. Yes, because we all were witnesses while this game of national deceit was unfolding. While Nnamdi Kanu raised alarm, he was hunted, arrested, and tortured for daring to speak a truth no one else would say. He was called a liar, a madman, a threat to national security. But as the layers now peel away, history may record him differently, not merely as a secessionist, but as a whistleblower against one of the highest political frauds in the world history. His voice, suppressed for years, is now echoing louder than ever in the hells of public conscience. This single incident does not only symbolize betrayal of a country, but also constitutional and moral collapse. The Nigerian people of over 200 million have been lied to, deceived, and manipulated for years. If the reports of the alleged second death now surfacing are true, then Nigeria has operated without a legitimate president for over half a decade. This is more than scandal. It is a constitutional crisis. Laws signed, elections conducted, and appointments made under such a deceitful cloud are now morally questionable. Trust in governors has been shredded, and very idea of Nigeria as a republic governed by law stands exposed as a farce. Where do we go from here? With a question mark. Where do they go from here? That is the question, my brother. The first step is not denial. It is outrage. Nigerians must awaken to the depth of the insult inflicted on them. The cabal that orchestrated this deception must not be allowed to walk away untouched. Investigations must be launched. Names must be named. Truth must be told. This is also a moment of reckoning for Nigerian institutions, the press, the judiciary, and the opposition. Where were they when one man shouted that the king was naked? Why did they fail the people? And more importantly, what will the people do now? In conclusion, this is a clear case of when truth refuses to die. This is not just about Mazi Nnamdi being right or wrong. It is about how shamefully wrong Nigeria's power structures have been. It is about a country that refuses to listen to a voice in the wilderness and chooses instead the comfort of lies. Now the lies are falling apart and the Nigerian stands naked before the world. The real question presently is not whether Buhari died in 2017. The question is, what will Nigerians do now that they know? Will they rise or will they be lied to again? With a question mark. For the Family Writers Press International. So we all are going to argue this out at the comment section of this video. Just let me know what you think at the comment section of this video. Drop your opinion, like, share, and make sure you keep subscribing for more of these videos coming your way. Yokulora. Lord will be here to serve you. And I go hear my voice again when I come back. Okay, Messiano.